Welcome back, everyone, and welcome to part 2 of the metrics series. If you missed part 1 on marketing metrics, there will be a card right here at the end of the video to watch it. But today we are talking sales metrics. If you want to grow your business, you need to be diligent in tracking sales metrics over time. And if you're using HubSpot, this will be very relevant for you, especially if you have Sales Pro, which most companies with 2 to 3 salespeople should have. So let's get into it. First, sales qualified leads. In the last video, I talked about MQLs or marketing qualified leads. This is the next step in the life cycle for your lead. Some companies have sales accepted leads as a middle ground to further qualify, but I'll focus on SQLs for this video. An SQL is a prospective customer that is ready to talk to a sales team. Typically, this lead has expressed enough interest in your product or service that they're ready to move forward in your sales process. Usually they've been researched and vetted by your marketing department and then handed off to your sales team. An SQL is determined by the company's lead management process, which is often indicated by which actions a prospect takes that indicate their intention to buy. Companies use lead scoring to prioritize and target serious buyers, which is designed to save salespeople time. I also talked a bit about lead scoring in the last video too. Ideally, sales and marketing teams will collaborate to determine which qualities and actions a prospect must take in order to advance to the next stage of the process. It's very important to have marketing and sales alignment here. Lead quality issues tend to originate when marketing sends off leads to sales that have no intention of buying, which ultimately slows the sales process down. So it's really important that marketing and sales are 100% aligned in the actions and information a lead collects along their journey. A basic structure you can use for what a good SQL looks like, it goes beyond just the firmographic data, the revenue, the company size, that type of thing. You can use the BANT framework as a good starting point. So the BANT framework is 1, budget. This is the lead has budget to buy your offering. Next is authority. This lead is the right person to make the decision to work with your business. Need. The lead has a business need to justify working with you. And finally, timing. It is the right time for the lead to work with a business like you. Other companies will ask specific questions tailored to their business to identify MQLs and SQLs. So for example, if you're a mortgage SaaS business that only works with lenders doing 100 plus deals per month, you'll want to ask that in the beginning because anyone below that will get disqualified. Maybe they'll go into a marketing nurture, but you probably don't want to pass them off to sales because you know you're not going to sell to them in the end. All right, next, let's talk deals. Deals are an incredibly broad but critical metric to track. There's a lot of different directions you can go in here, but I'll cover a few. First is deal volume. This is simply how many deals your team is creating per month or whatever time period you want to track. Typically, month is very common. Next, deal volume over time. This is tracking the volume of deals over time, and it's essential in identifying any gaps in your marketing or sales process. If you're seeing volume go down over time, you could figure out where the points of friction are within your marketing and sales process and start to improve those. Or if they're going up, you'll want to look at why things are going so well and continue to double down on it. Next is closed lost reason. This is understanding why a deal was closed lost, and it helps you optimize your sales process. To start, you can use this as an open text field because you don't really know why people would lose out on a deal initially, but over time you'll want to quantify these so then you could start to more proactively identify earlier stages in the pipeline where people might become closed lost. Next is the length of the deal or the length of your sales cycle. This is also known as sales velocity. This is the amount of time it takes for a lead to enter your pipeline and become closed won. This should serve as your benchmark for measuring total performance of a marketing campaign and give you peace of mind when a lead comes in day 1 and doesn't close on day 2. So if you're looking to measure marketing performance of a given campaign, and say you launch on day 1 and you know your average sales velocity is 90 days, it doesn't make sense to then say, why aren't we having an ROI on day 7? Okay, you should give it the full 90 days to effectively measure your entire campaign. Finally, booked deals or closed won deals. These deals are an absolute gold mine for insights on improving your marketing and sales process. Here, you should analyze the type of lead, the type of account, the sales velocity, what they bought, and more to understand how to repeat this process over and over and continue to optimize it. The biggest differentiator with successful businesses is having a goal at the start of tracking anything. So if you want to hit 10 deals per month and you're not consistently doing that, you need to find out why. All right, last section, revenue. Again, another general category, a lot of things to track here, but very important. So your business doesn't survive without revenue. Kind of obvious, but this means you absolutely need to track it. Ensuring your revenue is on track helps you make smarter decisions around hiring, marketing, and overall business development. There are dozens of metrics that span across marketing and sales, but I'll focus on a few here. The first is revenue volume and revenue volume over time. This is how much revenue you are making in a given period and tracking that over time to ensure you're hitting your goals. The same with deals. If you see it going down or up, you should investigate as to why. Number two, monthly or annual recurring revenue. This is how much revenue you are making per month or per year for your clients. This will depend on your offering if you really want to focus on this or not. If you're running a monthly service or you do annual contracts, you will absolutely need to keep an eye on this. If you don't have a consistent system for projects or engagements with your clients, if they're really customized, you may not want to focus so much on monthly or annual recurring revenue, but you'll eventually want to systematize it over time. And finally, pipeline coverage or pipeline health. This is the amount of opportunities you have in your sales pipeline to ensure you reach your sales target. So most sales leaders will focus on late stage opportunities to know what closes, but having full visibility into your pipeline will ensure you're engaging both marketing and sales to keep the entire pipeline full. That's all for sales metrics. I hope you found this useful and are ready to track the right metrics to scale your business. Be sure to watch part 3 where I'll cover key customer success metrics to know and track for your business. And finally, please like and subscribe to get more marketing, CRM, and business advice from me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.